Well, that was the only question I had, Bob, that related to that topic.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh, I got some more in. Do you want to wait for the questions, or do you want them
I want
now?
you to answer the question that I sent you this morning.
Is that the one you want me to answer? It's a long question.
I would like you to explain the following question on the discount gold and silver trading program. Gold peaked at $8.50 in April of 1980. But if you follow the hyperlink at the bottom of the page, you will see that the MS 65 cent was only $1,000, $150 over the spot. Now, first of all, that's not right. What do you say?
Well, reading into his whole question, coins did peak in 1989. But what he doesn't understand here is things have changed. I mean, we were only able to own gold in 1974. I mean, the market conditions in 1980, and I believe you have to look towards all the ingredients in order to see what is driving the fundamentals at gold and the coins at any point in time. I think this whole coin industry has evolved. I mean, my one wholesaler that I used, I mean, they've been in business for 32 years, so, you know, that takes them to, 1976, 77 when they opened their business, and now they're the third largest auction house in the world. So this whole group, there wasn't Swiss Americas back then in 80. There wasn't all these other dealers, Goldline, Lear, these national brokerage houses. We have 5,000 gold coin dealers now. In 76, 80, 81, there was how many? 2,500 maybe? Cut that in half. So the whole market has evolved. And you have to look to see what the coins are doing today, and you have to look back at the comparisons over the past 8 years to see when these coins performed their best. And each time we have had a sudden increase in gold spot, and we've had an increase in the demand in coins, and as the supply diminishes, the coins have outperformed spot gold. And I really don't see that changing now. I think the more panic and urgency you have, I think you have a greater degree of increases with the coins. For Pete's sake, you can't get coins now, and I think they were readily available in 80 and 89. If you look at the peaks in 89, gold was only $450. So if you look at the percentages today, and you look at the percentage that the coins are over spot gold right now, I mean, let's see, wholesale, you know, the 64 Saints are 75% over spot gold. So things are certainly different, and I just don't think there is a comparison to going back to where he wants to go in the 80s, because all the ingredients are different.
You know, I saw BUs, because they didn't have a grading system until 1980-81. That's when it began. David Hall was one of the guys that started, and I've known David for 45 years. And, God, he must be getting old now. Do you ever deal with them?
No. Well, I do PCGS and NGCs, but I don't work with them directly because they have their own brokerage house.
Yeah. Van
which
Simmons
are very
is
high
a guy
priced.
that's been with them for years, and they're very nice people. Very nice people. But anyway, I remember the BU, which would be today's MS-64s, going from $500 to $5,000.
Well, I think he has probably some very special dates and so forth, and you have to break out each of the coins within their own group. I mean, we're dealing with strictly generic dated coins, you know, generic dates, generic coins. We're not looking into any of the key dates, special dates. So everything is different. But my whole point is the whole market has evolved. and it's certainly different than it was. And I think the fundamentals, economically, the fundamentals, you just can't compare. Along with the demand, the number of people coming into the gold market, you have a larger volume of people coming into the gold market now than you did in 80 and 89. You have the invent of the various new dealers, the bigger brokerage houses. I mean, heck, discount gold and silver wasn't around in 1981 and in 89. Plus, advent of the internet. So things are far more different, and I just don't think you can do a apples-to-apples comparison. And I believe the comparisons need to be on a more recent, and we can look to the differences to see how the gold coins perform at their peaks. And the differences, because the coins did reach their peak when now the lower grade coins reached their peak in 80 and 81. That's when they did reach their highs. And those coins, they even at their peaks, they even sold at just a small percentage over spot gold. But look where they're at today. I mean, they're selling for a far greater percentage. They're 50% greater than what spot gold is. So you just can't make...
Well, I think you're right about the comparisons. And but one of the important things here is you have a limited supply of numismatic coins in the graded classification. And the premiums today are extremely low compared to what they have been in the past. And so with that said, the chance of numismatic coins appreciating much more than bullion coins is great.
Absolutely. As long as
that's one of the reasons I've always liked them as an investment. And, the question comes up, well, when do you sell? If you want to know when to sell, subscribe to the International Forecaster and you'll find out.
Well, I'll know when to sell, and we plan on advising as many of our clients that we can when the proper time is to sell, and trading them into the bullion coins if it's right. I mean, it might come to a point where it might be the time to sell, but yet maybe the economy and the forces maybe it won't be. So it is something that I believe, Bob, we're going into some sort of uncharted waters, and a lot of it we'll have to see as it comes our way.
Well, the more comparisons I make, the more I am convinced that what we are headed into, and there's no way they can retrieve this, we are heading into something that's 5 to 10 times, we'll be conservative, we'll say 3 times worse than the Great Depression. And today we have no backing of gold on the dollar.
We're heading to break.
And one other thing before I get back. And the other thing is that in those days we didn't owe anybody anything. Today we own $17 trillion plus.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.